Good day to my fellow Guyanese, wherever you may be. GHK Lall on Kaieteur Radio 99.1 and 99.5 FM. Welcome to the last edition for this week, December 4th, Friday, December 4th, on the National Outlook. I want to revisit something today that I think is very relevant to all Guyanese, regardless of where you live. You may say, I don't live in the city, but it doesn't mean much, because you've got to come to the city anyway. Georgetown, the woes of City Hall. It wasn't 500 million. The debt is not 500 million, as was reported in the media. And I think that I may have mentioned, I'm sure I did mention $500 million of debt. It's 5 billion. It's 5,000 million Guyana dollars in debt. They can't collect money. We spoke about that. They can't pay people. We spoke about that. So you say, I'm living in quarantine, I'm living in Linden, so I have my own townships and I have my own village office and city council. Why should I be concerned about Georgetown? Georgetown gets the fat. But you've got to come to Georgetown. Hospitals, services, most government services, although there's been some diversification, some outsourcing to rural areas, you still got to come to Georgetown. You still got to come for commercial activity, for certain court activities. And so, in other words, Georgetown is where it's at. So it should be a concern for us, whether we live here like I do, or we live elsewhere, like quite a few people do. Business is in town, and no money means no maintenance. And if there's no maintenance, there is no security. And if there are no staffers, there are no services. $5 billion is a lot of debt, and as the clock keeps going, it's like the US debt. It keeps going up. It keeps going up by the moment. And there are these differences of position. The mayor is saying, I never asked government for a bailout of $500 million debt when we have such a huge debt of $5 billion. I asked government to let us go through the liabilities together so that they can have their input in the situation to help better manage the liabilities of the municipality. That's Mayor Ubrajnarayan. I think with due respect to his lordship, he engaged in some semantics there. At the end of the day, no matter how well articulated, and he needs money. He needs financial help, and a lot of it. We're not talking $100 million here, and I'm sorry if I'm smiling. I'm not. He needs at least $1 billion to get moving. He needs so yes, let's put our heads and look at the liabilities together. Good, Mr. Mayor. And to Minister Dharam Lall, I say, yes, you want an audit and you want accountability. You want to know how the money is spent. That's my money. Yeah, I pay taxes here. That's my money. So, and that's all citizens who pay taxes, that's their money too, that is going to be recycled or rechanneled to City Hall. So yes, there must be some form of accountability on how these monies are spent, but it can't be long, Mr. Minister, and it can't be long, Mr. Mayor. You've got to put aside your differences. And I understand just the other day, PPP councillor, Mr. Ali, was alleged to have recorded, in violation of orders, alleged to have recorded a proceeding at City Hall, at a meeting of City Hall, which was not looked upon very well, and he was asked to leave. I don't know how this will be received, but clearly it does not help matters. The city needs help. The capital city, which it is, needs help. The citizens of this country, notice I didn't say the capital city, needs help. And I think the minister has to work with the mayor and the city council to help us to get there so we can do what is right by this country. It's always the country. It's not me as a commentator. It's not you, Mr. Minister. It's not you, Mr. Mayor. It's bigger than all of us put together. This is about how the ambience of our city, the reputation of our country, and the welfare of our people. Until the next time, thank you for joining us this week on the National Outlook on Kaieteur Radio 99.1 and 99.5 FM. Do have a blessed weekend.